Cheers, what's going on, BC? TGIF, and a long weekend it is. Here we go. Love me some Memorial Day. Nothing says spring has fully sprung or gets you a 3-day weekend, at least here in the U.S., like Memorial Day. So happy Memorial Day to everyone in the U.S. And as far as I know, there's some time off for folks over in the UK and in Europe as well. So happy Memorial Day, happy 3-day weekend, everyone that gets to enjoy it. And if you don't, just take Monday off and tell them all LJ said it was all right. So, here we go with a handful of just killer new cassette finds, stumbling into some more metal in that same place where I found the tapes from my last update. Plus, got a really, really cool gift, a nice box of cassettes from a friend that's not in the VC, and also some Cassette Community Love Train from my kid brother, Craig, Zappa 21786. First, we got to get some music going in here. So here's one of the first ones that I found. This is Udo, Animal House, Udo Dirkschneider. Oh, man, does this guy do it right? Let's play this. What do you say? This is very cool from 1987, Udo's solo album, man. I can't say enough about this. Absolutely killer tape. Check this out. We're in no rush. It's Memorial Day weekend. We're going to show inserts this time. There we go. Pretty standard fair tape insert. What a great album. I haven't heard this in a long time. This will be a good one to pick up on vinyl. So that playing, we'll circle back to the finds in a minute. First, CCLT, or kind of like 8-track love train, if you will. This is from my kid brother, Craig. This kind of stuff, you know, it's funny. Craig's been sitting on some stuff for a while. So have I. Yeah, work's been nuts, but I got to get a package out to him. But Craig had sent some stuff over that he said he found. First was killer condition 8-track, Boston's debut album. Love this. If you follow my 8-track videos, you know I had like a truck stop bootleg of this. So very cool to have a proper copy with the great labels. And 2 from Styx as well. Equinox, which is arguably my favorite Styx album. This or Pieces of 8. I love Midnight Ride. What a cool track. And Styx, there we go. Paradise Theater. Both of these just have killer killer labels. See, when it's not big like vinyl, I just can't handle it. Anyways, but the label on this Styx one is cool. It's very similar to the Frampton Comes Alive one. It's just full pictured around both sides. Those are very cool. Craig, thank you. And also, Craig had shot me a quick text. He let me know he'd found a couple of videos at out Goodwill digging. Wanted to know if I was interested. First, Dr. Feelgood, the videos. Hell yeah, I'm interested. Nice add to the VHS collection. And Clapton, the Cream of Clapton. Really nice videos from Eric. Very tight. And both of these just in great shape. Really happy to add both of those to the VHS collection. So, Craig, thank you. Killer package, man. Very thoughtful. I gotta get something turned around to you, and I have an idea of some stuff. I know we already talked, so just keep your eyes open for it. Next, stack of cassettes, and it's the ones that you just heard spill in the background with my Butterfingers. And these are from a friend, Mars. And Mars, these are just awesome. She was cool enough to kind of touch base with me and let me know. I've had these with me forever. So this is truly like, these were mine back in the day. Do you want them kind of thing, because they're just collecting dust. And absolutely. And here's what Mars sent along. Very cool stuff. Here's The Cure. Kiss Me, Kiss Me, Kiss Me. This is such a great album. And of course from the early 90s, late 80s. Sorry, it's not dawning on me at the moment. 87, right? I have this on vinyl too. And I know this was just reissued for Record Store Day, but this is when the cassette inserts just started getting really big. But the sound quality on a lot of the later 80s or early 90s ones, cassettes anyways, is just completely, I mean, just different. It's head and shoulders above some of the earlier stuff, because it tends to be more digital. Absolutely excellent. Here's Johnny Cash live at Folsom Prison and San Quentin, so they were combined. The neat thing about this is, and she told me this when she found him, was this was so mine back in the day that I actually made a copy of it, because I'm not sure if it was something was going wrong with the original, so she copied it quick. But there we are, handwriting, I mean, from like 1984 is right there. It's just, and would you even want it? Absolutely, because that's a piece of history. That's killer. Here's Richard Pryor's greatest hits. Here's the minimalist early 80s cassettes with not a whole lot to speak of in terms of an insert. But Richard Pryor, what a hoot. Just an icon growing up as a kid. You know, he was everywhere. And by that point, it was the early 80s stuff like The Toy, the movies, right, and not really his racy 70s comedy stuff, but he's funny. Here's Joe Cocker Live. This was a great cassette. I listened to this the other day. Absolutely fantastic. Fantastic stuff. So, great Joe Cocker Live cassette. And Joe is the bomb. Joe is just so damn good. Love Joe Cocker. And here is 5 from Bob Dylan. Again, these are the quick one-off inserts, but we have Slow Train Coming, Blood on the Tracks. What a great album. Great album. Worthy of its reputation. Here's Desire. To me, I know it's a lot of people's favorites, but I put Blood on the Tracks ahead of it every day. But Mozambique and Hurricane, great songs from Desire. Here's Greatest Hits, Volume 2. Definitely full of some good stuff. Again, Greatest Hits Volume 1 tends to get a ton of attention, and it's good. But I'm more of a fan of 2, if not just for Lay Lady Lay. Great song. And this is Dylan at Budokan. This is tape 2. So it's funny, you always find either tape 1 or tape 2 of a 2-tape set. And I know a lot of us that collect cassettes get stuck in that boat. So now I'll just keep my eyes out for tape 1, and it'll be complete. So that was absolutely awesome, Mars. Thank you so much for sending those along. Great stuff. And as far as the cassettes go, oh yeah, Craig sent a note too. Of course, it wouldn't be a package without Craig. So Craig Mars, thank you. Now there's an antique mall not far from here, and out of the blue, like these 2 boxes of tapes showed up, and I kind of started digging through them. I showed you some in my last video. There was a couple Slayer tapes, there was an Annihilator tape, right? It was Set the World Afire, and the rest of the boxes just didn't have much in them. And I popped in again, and I don't usually, and there was more tapes, and here's some of the stuff I grabbed out of the box, and it's just killer metal. I mean, you just don't find this stuff at Goodwill. I mean, you find Rush and Kiss and stuff like that for sure, and Zeppelin, but not stuff like this. I mean, I've yet to see something like Udo's Animal House at Goodwill. And man, I just jumped. I was like, whoa! When I saw these, and I mean, first is Annihilator's Alice in Hell. This just is an epic, absolute classic. Absolute classic. I don't have this one on vinyl. I have seen it out there. Next time I see it and it's in good shape, good price, it's definitely coming home. This is just a fantastic album. This is 89. Man, love Alice in Hell. This got me through like 8th grade. And another Annihilator. So clearly the guy's like just starting to slow drip these in. Here's Never Neverland. This followed Alice in Hell in 1990. Get my Annihilator history straight. Just another amazing album. I mean, if you like thrash and speed metal and you haven't checked out Annihilator, you've definitely got to check them out. And check out the band right there. Annihilator owned the triple thrash threat on Headbangers Ball. Right, it was when Ricky Rackman would say, okay, now we're going to play some real headbanging music. Inevitably, it's like Sepultura, Annihilator, and Slayer. And that was fine. Here was another copy. I already have this, Peace of Mind, on cassette. But I grabbed it just because every now and then you go to play a tape and it shows you why cassettes didn't last. It's like slow or dragging, so you'll get the song that la la. It's like, So if I see another copy of something that's just really hard to find or doesn't show up and it's inexpensive, I'm just going to grab it. And I have a box that's actually it's marked intentional doubles. So please don't throw me away. I know they're duplicates, but I have to have them because you never know. Here's one I didn't have on cassette. I did in high school, but I since either sold it, lost it, or whatever. It's No Prayer for the Dying. I think this is a fantastic Iron Maiden album. I know it gets just dumped on a lot, and I really don't know why. There was nothing wrong with this. This was huge when it came out. And to be honest with you, in my opinion, No Prayer of the Dying and Fear of the Dark, which followed it, are just light years beyond what came after that with Virtual XI and the other Blaze Bailey albums. I don't like them so much I can't even think of the name. But No Prayer was a great album. There's 2 more here from that same antique mall, and you can bet your bottom dollar I'll be going back there now once a week. There's Danzig Lucifuge. This was my personal introduction to Danzig, and I'll always have a sweet spot for it. So I do love Danzig 1, and I do have 1, 2, 3, 4... Black Araya, and Death Red Sabbath on CD. But this is the first one I've actually managed to come across on cassette. And in high school we called them flight jackets. It's like a black kind of military jacket. It had like a zipper pocket here and pockets inside. And a cassette would fit in your jacket pocket. And Lucifuge was in that arm pocket for probably the better part of, my sophomore year in 10th grade. It never left. Just every song on that is amazing. And the last, right on, some early Testament for you. There's the Legacy. This is just raw, early, amazing Testament. I love Testament. It's from 1987. Let me just kind of qualify that a little and say I definitely love Testament until the later period of the mid to late 90s, and then from there all the way up to like the formation of Damnation. That whole brick, I can definitely live without them with the death metal growls. But the early stuff all the way up and including the Ritual and then formation of Damnation forward, killer stuff. So that was my, again, just surprise handful of cassette finds. Just, I mean, quality stuff. That's what I want on these shelves. That and killer stuff that, people want to send me and want to know if I want just really choice select stuff, because it just fills up too fast to be duplicating and having everything I have on vinyl and CD up there as well. I'm going to need a whole nother shelving system and a whole nother room soon, and that ain't going to happen. So I think I have a couple of thread responses to do here. I've been jotting them down, and I know they're out there, and it's just a matter of having free time. So for those that do have contests running, stay tuned. I'll try to get a video posted before the deadline. And everyone, thanks for checking this out. Have a great and safe weekend. Be safe. Have a blast. Listen to loud music and have a beer for LJ, all right? You guys take care. I'll talk to you soon. Ciao. Are you still here? It's over. Go home. Go on. Go home. Go home.